traveling from Pretoria to Durban in South Africa. And he was an Indian lawyer. And at one station, the railway officials came and they told him to go to the third class compartment. He refused. He showed them his first class pass, but they were adamant. And when he did not yield, ultimately they kicked him out. Pietermaritzburg railway station. And then that gave birth to a movement. So this was the reaction. The young man was very angry. The young man wanted to do something regarding this. He was not ready to accept this injustice which was done to him. The same gentleman, maybe after about 40 years, was once traveling in India in general compartment in one train. The train was chock-a-block with people, and he did not have even enough space to sleep. So this man was trying to adjust himself in that congested compartment. There were two farmers in that bogie. And when it was nightfall, suddenly this our young gentleman, now he has become old after 40 years. So his legs, they touched one of the farmers. And the farmer got angry and he said, "Hey, you gentle old man, don't try to kick me. Please keep your leg properly." So he readjusted his legs properly and he went off to sleep. Again, after some time, quite in spite of himself, his feet touched another farmer. And the other farmer was all the more angry. And he again chided him. After some time, the railway station came. And there was a huge mob of people, and they all were shouting loudly, "Long live Mahatma." And so on and so forth. There's a huge crowd of people outside. And when they got to know that the Mahatma was in the general compartment, they all rushed towards that compartment. And the two farmers were standing there. And the two farmers were saying, "What Mahatma you are talking of? No great man is inside." But this our old gentleman, he came out. And everybody started garlanding him. And then they got to know that this was none other than Mahatma Gandhi. And they felt ashamed. And they felt that whole night we were sitting with such a great gentleman, such a great soul, but we couldn't know him, we couldn't understand him. 40 years, maybe about 40 years back, the same man was traveling in one train and he was angry. He couldn't accept the insult. After 40 years, many things happened in his life. He underwent many internal transformations, many internal revolt and movements, many spiritual metamorphoses. And now again he is traveling in the train. But now, this time not in the first class compartment, but in third class compartment. And again, when he was scolded by two farmers, he spent the whole night sitting in that train rather than causing further inconvenience to those two farmers. There is a difference in the attitude he had 40 years back and now. The walk was same. He was traveling in the train. That time also he was traveling in the train. This time also. But this time, entire internal transformation had occurred. And that's why his reaction was entirely different. He could have said many things to them. He could have said, "You don't know that who I am. So many people are waiting for me with garlands and what the whole nation or the world calls me. Probably you are unaware of that." But he didn't say a single word, but rather preferred to spend the night sitting. Chop wood, carry water. What does this Zen proverb mean? A disciple went to the master and said, "I want enlightenment. What should I do?" The master said, "Go and chop wood every day and carry water." The disciple continued for 10 years. After that, he came and he said, "I am not getting any enlightenment. What should I do?" The master said, "Go, chop wood and carry water." He did. Again, he came back after 10 years and he said, "Now I have attained enlightenment. Now tell me what I have to do." The master said, "Chop wood and carry water." So, this is a famous Zen proverb. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Before you achieve the highest knowledge or the highest spiritual experience, you were chopping wood and carrying water. Now you have attained the highest goal of life. But after that also, you're doing the same work. But there is a difference in this chopping wood and carrying water and that chopping wood and carry water. There is a difference in the level of awareness. The work is same, traveling in the train. But now everything has changed. Attitude, perception, awareness, everything. So today we are going to discuss this beautiful topic. What does it mean? What are the deeper connotations of this proverb? As I said, this is a Zen proverb. Zen originated somewhere in 6th century. It's a branch of Buddhism in China, then later on went to Japan, where it was called Zen. Earlier it was Chang. Zen is some similar word to Dhyan in India. So it's a sort of zazen or meditation. Here in Baba's Gyan also, how do we apply this? We all are great effort makers. Everybody wants to attain the stage of perfection. Everybody wants to become like the Father. And we are also doing everything. We are going to all great heights to achieve that. But somewhere we find that something is going amiss. So we will try to explore that missing link in today's session. As I said, before enlightenment, you were doing the same tasks, and after enlightenment, you are doing the same task, but there is a difference in the level of awareness. This is what the proverb means. So when I had heard this proverb long back, I had some churning that time, and today also, I thought few things about it. So when we say chop wood and carry water, 10 things come to my mind. We are going to discuss all these 10 things. Before I go into the discussion of those 10 deeper things, I would yet like to tell you one more Zen story. There was a king and he wanted his son, the prince, to learn the spiritual knowledge. And so he sends that son to a Zen master. The Zen master says, I will initiate you only after you pass my tests. So, what is the test? The prince asks. The master says, for 1 month, you have to work in this monastery. And for 1 month, I will be carrying a sword made up of wood. And I will hit you anytime. Only thing is that you have to stay alert. I will not tell you the time when I am going to hit you. You might be sweeping the floor. You might be cooking. You might be cutting wood. You might be doing some work of the monastery. I will come suddenly and hit you. Only thing is that you stay alert. So that young gentleman finds it such a difficult job. He says, but how will I know? If suppose I am looking at this time, you will come from behind and hit me. He says, yes, that's what you have to do. You have to stay alert. So for 1 month, multiple time he was thrashed. He is cooking and the master comes from behind and hits him with that wooden sword. But after a few days, then he starts becoming alert. Something has risen in his heart. Something which was awakened, something which was sleeping has suddenly awakened. He has become alert all the time. Throughout the day, from dawn till dusk, he is awake because he knows that the master will come from any side and he will hit me. And I have to escape. I have to save myself. So 1 month passes and the master calls the disciple and he says, yes, good. You have passed. Now, second test. I will hit you whilst you are sleeping. Now you decide how to keep yourself safe. But she says, how will when I sleep, I don't stay awake. How will I save myself when you hit me? He says, that's your job and this is what I want you to do it. So for many nights, he gets multiple thrashings because he is sleeping and he is thinking, now the master will come, now the master will come. He has gone off to sleep and suddenly the master comes from somewhere and hits him with that wooden sword. And that his whole body ache and everything. But after few days, he learns that also. He becomes so alert and so aware that he starts now understanding when the master, he can hear the footsteps and when the master is going to hit him, and he becomes all the more aware. And before the master hits, he gets up and goes away from that place. So after 1 month, the master says, yes, you have passed this also. Now the third test. He says, now I will use the real sword. And I will hit you anytime throughout the day. It's up to you to save yourself. So the prince says, this is almost impossible. If I fail to save myself, I will die. He says, oh yeah, you will die. I can't do anything. If you want to get initiated from me, you will have to accept this test. So for 1 month, now this disciple, this prince got so much alert. All throughout the day, he is alert. Not a single moment is passing without wakefulness, without mindfulness, without that inner awakening. He is always as if he cannot daydream, he cannot go into that reverie even for a jiffy, but he is throughout in that perennial stage of alertfulness. So in 1 month, he did not get a single blow. And after 1 month, then the master calls him again, come. Now fourth test. He says, what now? The master said, now I will hit you with this real sword whilst you are sleeping. He says, this is too much. This the master tells him in the morning, and the test is going to occur at night. But the disciple, throughout the day, he sees that in the afternoon, the master is sitting behind the tree. And he feels, this master is testing me from last 3-4 months. Let me test him also. Whether he is that much alert. He wants me to remain alert all the time. I want to see. And he takes a sword and he feels, let me also test him. But he is at a distance. The master is sitting here below the tree. And the master turns back and he says, this man has just thought of it. He has not done it. Just thought. The master says, young son, please don't do that. I am very old. Look at my health. Look at my age. Please don't even think of hitting me. I won't be able to tolerate. So the disciple falls at his feet and says, how do you got to know that I thought this? The master says, the power of mindfulness, the power of awakening, the power of alertness. Chop wood and carry water means to stay in that stage of alertness. So out of the 10 meanings, first meaning is mindfulness. Whatever you are doing, do it in an awakened stage. You are doing the smallest of the job, duty, work, seva, service, but don't fall off to sleep. Don't go into that stage of daydreaming or slumber, but remain awake. Remain awake. You are drinking water. Drink with that awareness that I am drinking water. You are eating food. Don't fall off to sleep, but eat with that awareness what I am eating. And do only that thing. Whilst you are walking, just walk. Whilst now you are sitting here, only sit. Don't go anywhere. Don't tour around the world. Don't go to your office, to your home, to your center, to your family. Nowhere. Whilst you sit and hear, just sit and just listen. Nothing else. Bring that alertness, bring that awakening within you in all the small chores of life. Daily routine activities. Whilst you are speaking, you are just speaking and nothing else. Total awakening, total mindfulness. No other work. Only one thing you are doing. Then you start imbibing things. You know why we commit mistakes in life? Why do we break Srimad? Because those are those moments of life where we enter into that daydreaming or sleep. A state of oblivion, a state of forgetfulness. How to achieve a bigger remembrance? The step is smaller remembrance. Like when you get angry, you require a bigger awakening there, because in the stage of awakening you can't become angry. But the very fact that you are getting irritated, peevish, you are getting angry with somebody, you are scolding somebody, suddenly the tone of your voice is going much, or suddenly there is an onslaught of passion or greed or some inner stirring or inner re-emergence of some old sanskar. That is the stage of oblivion, forgetfulness. But for that, a bigger remembrance is necessary. But how do we do that bigger remembrance? The step is to start with small. Start staying awake. Whilst you are going to sleep, only go to sleep and nothing else. When you give class, only give class and nothing else. When you listen to class, only listen class. When you sit in meditation, only sit in meditation and nothing else.
क्या समोसे क्या पकोड़े माजी वो बन गया संडे।
ओह क्या हुआ?
एसिडिटी।
नींबू पानी पी ले, इसमें तो टाइम लगेगा। लो गया संडे। कुछ टाइम तो सहना पड़ेगा ना?
इतना क्यों सहना? एसिडिटी से जल्द राहत के लिए इनो है ना?
क्योंकि इनो काम शुरू करे सिर्फ 6 सेकंड में।
चलो संडे शॉपिंग।
हाँ, चलो चलो।
I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know.
That inner silence, that inner sense of awakening, that you are awake all the time. All have you ever seen any man falling down when he is totally awake? If there is a ditch on the road and the person deliberately goes and falls into it, it's not possible. Only when that man becomes drowsy, delirious, or he is groggy, that time only he will fall. Or he becomes sleepy, that time, otherwise he will not. So start small. This is the smaller steps. Awakening. Small awakenings. Alertfulness, mindfulness, wakefulness, Jagran. So that is the meaning of chop wood and carry water. And give full attention to the smallest of the thing you are doing. Because what we do is, whilst we are doing something, now you are sitting in the class, probably you are thinking of what you have to do after 7:30. You're not here, but somewhere else. Try to be there where you are. So that hurried pace of life which is going on, we are running and running and rushing, and we don't know where we are rushing and what we want and what is the goal. If you look at the lives of some of the BKs, they are rushing from morn till dusk. Just rushing, planning and rushing. Do everything. I'm not telling you to give up doing things, to give up work, service. Chop wood, carry water doesn't mean to go and become a sannyasi and sit on the top of some mountain and renounce the world. No, whilst you are in the world, but not of the world. You are in the world doing everything. That job may be just sweeping the floor, but you are in the highest stage of meditation. Baba has said, Avyakta Bab Dada has said in many of the Murlis, your seva might be sadharan, ordinary, but your sthiti should be extraordinary. I remember one of the doctors who comes in medical conference often, he is a very senior, Dr. Srikhande. He had said once, he narrated his experience. He is a world-renowned surgeon, just like Dr. Ashok Mehta. He had said, when he was a young doctor, his teacher had told him, be an extraordinary surgeon to ordinary people. So enlightenment is no destination, it is rather a journey. You are doing the same task, sweeping, washing dishes, but with the highest awareness, with so much precision, with so much accuracy that no mistake can occur. And this requires practice. Start small. Start from now. Start whilst you are sitting here. Listening, only listen and nothing else. So this is the first meaning and the most important meaning of the proverb. Second meaning is power of now. Living in this moment. If we analyze our life, our day, we will find that half of the time we are thinking about past or some unconscious worries about the future. Are we living in this moment? Are we living in the present? Past and future, they are known as pseudo time. Only the present is. This now, this very moment. You know, Eckhart Tolle, he had written the book, The Power of Now. The author himself has said somewhere that when he was 29 years of age, he had undergone a period of great upheaval and disturbances in his life. He was depressed, thinking of committing suicide. That stage of depression he was into. And in that year, when he was 29 years of old, that time one day suddenly he got some awakening. Suddenly he got some internal realization, internal deep revelation, some deep divine spiritual experience. And after that, his life was entirely different. Suddenly, this power of now came into his life. And after a few years, then he wrote that book. So there is a deep history about that book also. Are we living in this moment? This moment, now. Not thinking what I'm going to eat, not thinking what is going to happen tomorrow, not thinking what will happen to my children. Disciples come to Jesus Christ and they say, you tell us that go and give my message to everyone, but how will we go? We don't know how to speak. What we will eat and what we will drink. And Jesus tells them, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto it. They asked Jesus, you tell us to go and preach. You tell us to go your message to each and every corner of this world. But how will we speak? We don't know how to deliver speeches. The answer is, you just go and stand. It shall be given unto you at that hour. What to speak and what not to speak. How to give message. It shall be given unto you at that hour. Don't keep on thinking too much about things. This overthinking is a psychological disorder. Person keeps on thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. A small thing happens in life and you don't leave that thing. You hold it on and you keep on thinking and stretching it for years together. Same talks, same conversations, still going on. Living in this moment, living in the present, believing in the power of now. This is what is chop wood, carry water. It is waste of time to brood over your past. One of the characters, Khakol, says in Maxim Gorky's book, Mother, it is waste of time to brood over your past. You keep on thinking about time, what has happened in the past. But in one of the Avyakta Murlis, Bab Dada has said, it is waste of time to repent. Don't spend too much time in repentance also. Okay, you did some mistake, you repented for it. But now you have to learn from it and go ahead. Don't spend your time, so much time just on repentance, on pashyatap. Learn what you want to learn from that thing and go ahead. Don't stop anywhere. So, living in this moment. This is the second meaning. The third meaning of the proverb is to stay independent. Let me chop my own wood and let me carry my own water. I don't want somebody else to come and help me. I don't have expectations from others that they will come and they will fill water for me, they will carry water for me. No, I am self-reliant. Baba has always said in many of the Avyakta Murlis, get rid of all sorts of dependencies. Somewhere we get dependent on people for small things. In one of the class, we had discussed about 6 different types of dependencies. One is physical dependencies. For your physical things, you want somebody else to do things for you. We have seen many of the senior BK sisters, even in the hospital, so many patients get admitted every day. We have seen our experience tell us that there are so many senior sisters when they get sick but they are so independent, they don't want anybody else. Though many are there to serve them, so many sevadaris, helpers are there, but they prefer to remain independent, as much independent as possible. This is a sanskar which we have to imbibe within ourselves. To stay independent even physically, as much as possible. As much as possible. because it has more to do with sanskar rather than with body, with illness, infirmity, disease, malady, whatever. It's also a sanskar. Otherwise, we have seen with even there are some people, even if they get a small illness, they are totally disturbed. Totally disturbed. They are just everything spinning out of control. They want 10 people to come and see them. Otherwise, they feel unhappy. They feel lonely, solitude. Very, very difficult stage. We have seen all different sort of people in hospital. I remember once a mother was there. Once a brother was there from somewhere, sort of VIP, and he came to us. He said, "Please admit me." I said, "What are the complaints?" He said, "Nothing. I'm feeling feverish." But we said, "You don't require admission." He said, "Please admit me. I am feeling I am feverish." So okay, we admitted him. And after some time, one mother came who was working in Pandav Bhavan. She was having 104 temperature. We said, "You require immediate admission." She said, "No, I can't because I have come for Baba's service. I don't want to spend my time in hospital. I am here for service. I don't want to waste my time there." We said, "But you are shivering. You need admission." And so we forcefully admitted her. But she said, "I don't have any money." We said, "We will manage. You just get admitted." So she got admitted in general ward along with many different patients. And the other brother got admitted in the special room. So when we went and saw, all the reports of the brother are normal. And he said, "But I am not feeling well at all. Do my further test, this test and that test." So we did everything was normal. And he was discharged. We went and saw that mother. She was shivering and reading Murli at that time. While this mother was watching television and many people were there caring for him, bringing flowers and many other things. And that mother, she was shivering and still reading Murli. But the temperature has now is 100. It was 104 and reports everything as abnormal. And next day she says, "I want discharge. If you don't, I will run away." So we discharged her after 2 days, and after that she never came. This brother went to different 10 other doctors and did all the tests, and ultimately everything was normal. So somehow, this is also a sort of, I don't want to criticize anybody, but this is an experience which I told you. Physical dependency, emotional dependency. We become emotionally slave to somebody. Our happiness is in his pocket. The remote of our happiness is no more with us. Emotionally dependent, intellectually dependent. When you have some intellectual work to be done, we hand over that task to somebody else rather than using our own intellect. If you are given some topic, speak on this or churn on this, we start taking help of many people. That's good. You do take help. But that should not become an habit. Because this intellectual dependency for service can sometimes also turn into an attachment. So intellectual dependency. Social dependency. Financial dependency. Try as much as possible to remain financially independent. Baba has said never to ask, never to beg. And the most subtle of all the dependency is spiritual dependency. You do efforts only when somebody else propels you, motivates you, inspires you. Today's Murli, Baba said the furnace of yoga bhatti, this is most valuable. You do it only when there is a general program. Otherwise, why we are not self-inspired to do that every day, to bring newness in our yoga, to bring newness in our churning of knowledge? There is also a little amount of spiritual dependency. Try to get rid of even this dependency. Spiritually independent. I have to do my own efforts, whether I hear class or not. Whether somebody tells me, teaches me, inspires me, motivates me or not. Be self-motivated, self-inspired. This is most important thing. So, third point of chop wood and carry water is be self-reliant. Fourth point is no comparing and no competition. Why you are bothered how other person is cutting the wood? You mind your own business. Why comparing that he is carrying more water and you are carrying less water? Because this seed of comparison and competition will give rise to jealousy. Every soul, Baba has said so many times, is different. Every soul is different. This is a variety drama. All souls have their different paths. What you are seeing now is not just the only reality. That soul is carrying a set of sanskars of 84 births. There's a huge past. Anyone who comes in your contact is a set of sanskars carrying a complex karmic account within. And that person you are interacting. So there cannot be any comparison. Each one of us is unique. Not only unique, but a masterpiece. A unique creation. Never forget this. And this comparison can be anywhere and everywhere. Just as there was once a monastery, 3 such different monasteries, and 3 disciples from these 3 monasteries, once they met at one place. The first disciple said, "You are not quite aware of our monastery. Our ashram, our monastery, such scholarship is not there anywhere in the world. Our monastery is number 1 in scholarship, because all those people who are studying there, those young monks who are studying, they are the best scholars in the world." The second disciple said, "Just forget. What is the only erudition, scholarship helpful? In our monastery, you will find the highest disciplines. In such disciplines, you will not find anywhere in the whole world." So the third disciple says, "Forget about discipline and forget about this scholarship. In our monastery, every monk or disciple is so humble, we are number 1 in humility." In humility. So even in humility, person is finding what? Comparison. If suppose a person is humble, and if somebody comes and tells him, "Do you know that other person is even humbler than you?" he might feel inside upset. So what sort of humility is this? So this tendency to compare, to compete, there's a wild goose chase going around in the world. Everyone is unique, everyone is masterpiece, everyone's disease is different, everyone is reward, prarabdha, different, everyone's karmic accounts are different, everyone's speciality is different. Every soul is having different sanskars, different intellect, virtues, weaknesses, faults, failings, imperfections. Everything is different. So there cannot be any comparison. Yes, you can learn from them. Yes, you can emulate them. Yes, you can take some good points from their life. But that doesn't mean that when you see somebody going ahead of you, or somebody is more virtuous, and you get that deep feeling of jealousy within, and then you compete. No, this is not we are for here. So the fourth meaning is you cut your own wood, you carry your own water. Don't compare who is carrying whom, who is carrying how much. Fifth meaning is doing one thing at a time, rather than going for multitasking. Just do one thing at a time. When you are eating, just eat. Don't keep mobile and also doing something on the mobile, on social media, also sending some text. Also talking on the phone. No, just keep all the digital things, digital addictions away. Whilst you eat, just eat. Whilst you are talking, just talk. Whilst you are going alone somewhere, just walk alone. Seek the company of nature. Seek solitude, seek silence. Silence doesn't mean just to keep mum, but internally also you are silent. Solitude doesn't mean that nobody's around, but solitude is internal solitude. Eckhart, uh, Saint Eckhart, not the Eckhart Tolle, but the Mr. Eckhart, who was a German mystic. It's one event in his life. Once he was sitting all alone in jungle, and few of his friends were going by that way, and they thought this Eckhart is alone. Let us give him company. So they came to him and they start talking. And whilst talking, they said, "We thought you are alone, you are in solitude. We have come to give you company." He said, "I was enjoying the company of the Supreme. After you came, now I have got away from my solitude. Now I am feeling lonely when you came." So, whilst in solitude, be in solitude. Go to nature. You have such a pacific, beautiful environment of Gyan sarovar here. Sit somewhere and hear the chirping of the birds. Sit somewhere and listen to the sibilance of night. Listen to what the nature is saying. And in that stillness, in that silence, in that perfect soundlessness, some chords are touched. And you listen the voice of your own soul. That spiritual inner symphony. So, when you get up, just get up. Don't rush, don't hurry, don't see the watch. Oh, I am late again. Slowly, calmly, silently, unhurried pace. While sitting in Baba's room, just with him, just talk with him. Shut out all other things. Whilst you go away, whilst you work, you are doing some service, focus only on that service and forget everything. As if all other things don't exist. Only this, at this moment, in this moment lies the eternity. This is the final moment, as if you pour yourself into that work, into that service, into that seva. And the moment you finish it, get detached. Just as in today's blessing, what Baba said, you have to do spiritual exercise. Spiritual exercise means at one moment you are in incorporeal stage. Another moment you are in avyakta stage, angelic stage. At third moment, you have suddenly become world server. And then you have become a karma yogi. Keep on doing this test, and then all the burden which is there on your chest will be relieved. Keep on practicing this drill. So at one moment you were doing yoga, now come out from there and do something else. And whilst doing this, pour your heart into that. There was recently a family who had come in Pandavavan, and they had asked a beautiful question. They said, "We live in Laukik there. Sunday, international yoga is there." So once what happened, we were about to go to center and guest came. We were about to go to center to do international yoga on Sunday, and some old friends who are not in Gyan, they came. Now what to do in such time? Should we say them, "Oh no, we have some important work, you come later on"? Or what you are going to tell? Yeah? Any answer? You were going to the center to do international yoga, and all of a sudden a few guests came, which are your good friends, but they are not in Gyan. So what you will do? Any answer? Any guess? Any conjecture? Yeah? Oh, but they don't have any idea about Brahma Kumaris. Why will they come with you? And you are going just for yoga, meditation. They don't have even a slightest inkling of your Gyan Yoga. They have no idea. What you will do? Or you will tell them, you came at a wrong time. We were about to go to do something important. Come later on, please. What you will do? Yeah? See, serve them, talk with them, but in the meditative stage. Prepare something for them, tea, coffee, or some breakfast or whatever. But pour all the love of God into that thing. That itself should become a meditation. That's what you have to do. You can't just show them off. You can't just tell them or talk rude. Or even while you don't go, you are thinking negative of them. Why did they come? They should have come at another time, and so on and so forth. Rather than going into that chain of negativity, starting that chain of negativity, you change the track of your mind. Now we were about to go to the center and do yoga there. Now we will stay here only. And whilst talking with them, whilst doing something for them, we will give them good vibrations. Is not this a good answer? Cut wood, carry water. This is also a yoga. So rather than getting upset, change the track, change the awareness, pour your heart, mind, intellect into that work, and masterpiece is created. So the fifth meaning is avoid multitasking, doing one thing at a time. While drinking, just drink. While walking, just walk. While talking, just talk. While meditating, just meditate. While sitting, just sit. While seeing, just sit. Just seeing. Just enjoying nature. A Zen master was standing on some mountain, and three people came, and they did not know who is this man, but they started guessing. The first person said he must have lost his friends and he is searching them. The other person said, no, I don't think so. He must have lost his cattle and he is waiting for those cattle. The third person said, no, I don't think. I think he is meditating. So they have three different opinions about the person who is sitting on the top of the hill. So they ultimately decide, let us go and ask him. So they ask him, what are you doing? The first one said, I think you are waiting for your friends. Have you lost your friends? He says, no, I don't have any friends. The second person says, I said no. He must be looking for his cattle. So he says, I have not lost any cattle. The third person says, you must be meditating. He says, I am not meditating at all. So then what are you doing? He said, I was just watching. That's it. I am not doing anything. It is by doing only all the disturbances has been created. You have been doing something or other all the time. Now stop doing and be still and know that I am God. The journey is within, not outside. It's by doing only you have gone away from yourself. Now go within. So these are the 5 meanings of chop wood and carry water. I'll revise once more. First, mindfulness, wakefulness, alertness, inner awakening. Everything do in that stage of alertness. Second meaning. Yeah. What is the second meaning? Power of now, in this moment. Third meaning, independent, self-reliant. Fourth meaning, no competition, no comparison, no racing that way. And fifth meaning is just doing one thing at a time. So these are the 5 important meanings. 5 more. I think those other 5 meanings you all know, and you might be getting classes on those things in Murlis, and here many of the speakers would speak about them. The rest of the 5 meanings are first, soul consciousness. Whilst you are cutting wood and carrying water, be soul conscious. Whilst doing the smallest of the job, soul conscious. You are taking bath, be soul conscious. You are looking in the mirror, be soul conscious. You are seeing everybody, be soul conscious. In tomorrow's Murli, Sunday's Avyakta Murli, Baba has said beautiful directions. He said for Kumar, for those who are brothers, brothers are Mahavir And when they look at sisters, they should look at them not as sister or mother, but just as Shiv Shakti. Because some mischievousness can occur in the relation of brother and sister also. And for sisters, Baba said, think of yourself as Shiv Shakti. And look at brothers as Mahavir. Mahavir means the one who has burnt Lanka. And before burning Lanka, he has to burn the progeny of Ravan, which are within. So, Mahavir belongs to Ram and Shakti belongs to Shiva. Transform the vision, transform the attitude. Drishti and Vritti, change that, transform that, bring a total sea change. So, chop wood and carry water means whilst I chop wood and whilst I carry water, I am soul conscious. I am situated in that awareness, who I am, what I am. Sixth meaning. Seventh meaning, remembrance. Whilst you are chopping wood and whilst you are carrying water, you are in very subtle remembrance of Baba. Today's Murli Baba said, you don't have to just chant or croon Shiva, Shiva, Shiva in physical manner or even in a subtle manner. No. This is not. This is a japa jap. The soundless silence, the soundless sound. So, doing the smallest of the job, smallest of the task, smallest of the action, duty, seva, service in his remembrance. That is the seventh meaning of chop wood, carry water. Next is everything do as per Srimat. Check whether it is Srimat, Manmat or Parmat. You not need to segregate these things. This is Srimat, this is Manmat, and this is Parmat. This is Srimat. Srimat says this. Manmat says do this, do that. Whenever you go and follow the bidings of your Manmat, you fall into ditch. Whenever you listen to Parmat, you lose your way. The art of Brahmin life is art of segregation of Manmat, Parmat and Srimat. Just segregate these three things. So all works as per Srimat is chop wood and carry water. Ninth is being an instrument. Who has given this task of chopping wood and carrying water? If he wanted, he could have given this same task to somebody else, but he has given to me. You know, in India, there was a very, very great singer, one of his type, Muhammad Rafi. You must have heard of him. His voice is melodious, probably unparalleled in the world. He is no more. He had said a very beautiful thing, and I like that so much. He was not a very spiritual person, inclined to religion and all, but he had said, if Allah, God wanted, he could have given this voice to somebody else also. But he gave me. It is my good fortune that he gave this voice, such melodious voice in my throat. It is he who has implanted this voice. It is God who has made you instrument for this service, so don't forget. Always think of yourself as a tap. The tank is above. You are just a tap, water is coming through you. So there is no glory of tap, rather than it's a glory of the water which is in the tank. So, but be blessed, feel blessed, feel happy that Baba has made me instrument for this service, and I should not forget that he has all the rights. So what is to be egoistic about it? It is his music which is flowing through my mouth. It's he who is speaking, not me. It is he who is doing the work through me. It is who is guiding me, propelling me, stimulating me, giving me new ideas and everything for this yajna, whatever I am doing, that is his inspiration and nothing is mine. We live, we move and have our being in him. So, instrument. And the 10th meaning of the proverb is selflessness. Be as much selfish as possible. We don't covet name, fame, and glory. All glory belongs to Him. We are not desirous of the ephemeral pleasures of this world. We don't want transitory prestige, name here. My kingdom is not of this world. In Bible says it, my kingdom is not of this world. Our kingdom is not of this world. Baba said in yesterday's Murli, be complete beggar. Don't remain attached to anything of this world. Vanity of vanity, all is vanity here. Nothing is going to stay here. Everything is impermanent. Childhood, youth, everything. Old age, death, everything. Nothing is permanent here. So, as much selflessness as possible, as much selfless as possible in all the tasks. That amount of selfishness, whenever that will come, that will make you bigoted, that will make you small. So, these are the 5 important things about chop wood and carry water. First, soul consciousness. Smallest of the task, do with self-consciousness. 2, remembrance of Baba. Beginning any task, ask him. This is a very good habit. Ask him, wherever you are, just in 1 second, ask him. Third is Srimat. And for that, you need to churn Murli deeply. Today's Murli also, Baba said today morning, that morning hours are not just for sitting and doing yoga, but they are also for churning knowledge. They are also for talking with oneself. They are also for talking with Baba. These 3 things you have to do every day. First, churning knowledge, talking with oneself, self-talk, and talking with Baba. Every day, these 3 things should go on. Remember this, okay? So, Srimat. Fourth, as I said, instrument. Let this idea of that I am instrument so much deeply ingrained within ourselves, let it enter into the grey matters. Let it get invigorated in the subconscious mind that I am an instrument, I am an instrument, I am an instrument. If he wants, he can select a better person than me, but he could have selected, but he selected me out of so many, out of millions. So, I thank him for that. And last, chop wood and carry water means as much selfless as possible. Pour yourself into his work, his task. His work is my work. His seva is my seva. So these are the total 10 things about chop wood and carry water. Now all of you, we will sit in meditation. Just close your books, keep aside the pen. And what you have to do in this meditation, I'll give you a short commentary and then you expand that commentary. The theme of this yoga would be 100% mindfulness, alertness, wakefulness, and one of the principles in Zen is stilling the body. Keep the body still. This pose is so important. Keep the pose still. No movement even of the tongue. And try to be meditative even while we are walking. Now it's a hectic hour. Hundreds of people are coming and you have to do 100 tasks. But still, internally, you are maintaining the same silence and same stillness of body. You're doing everything. It's not that you are running away. No escapist way. But we have to practice perfect stillness, master the body. We are the masters of body. Purusharthi, Purush, tomorrow's Murli. We are that master of matter. So this body is matter and I am master of this body. So one of the sadhana, one of the practices, spiritual practices is to master this body, to still it, to have a powerful pose. Okay, that maybe you can sit as comfortably as possible, but be still. Once the finger is here, let it be here only. Let it not move. And then see what force, what energy that moves in the body, what consciousness gets awakened all of a sudden, in spite of you. Okay, so let's move. Red light.
Mango fruity, fresh and juicy. Too much fun.
Sitting in the middle of the forehead. I am a luminous point of light. Radiant. Sparkling. Perfectly still. Complete silence. The whole body has become motionless. I am aware of myself. A stage of spiritual enlightenment. Complete awakening. Complete mindfulness. I am an incorporeal soul. Now I drop this body here and assuming the angelic form, I fly above. Far above, beyond this temporal world, crossing the stars, the vast firmament, amidst clouds. I am an angel of light. as an angel. Today, I want to see my own life, my own awareness. I see my own country, and I go down. I'm seeing my home, my family members. I'm seeing my office. I'm seeing my center. And now I'm seeing my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Just in silence. I want to listen to my own words. I want to see my own thoughts, see my own actions. And then decide, how can I bring more awareness, more mindfulness, more focus, more power of now, soul consciousness, Baba's remembrance, Srimad, instrument, nature, and selflessness in all my thoughts, words, and deeds. For next 20 minutes now, just see yourself from morning till night, what you do at your home, in your workplace, in your center, whilst you are alone, whilst in some meeting, as an angel of God. Watch your own self and then think, how can I bring more alertness in all my life? So let's begin this journey with complete silence.
दोस्तों क्या आपके एमएस ऑफिस सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर ये वाला ऑप्शन है? ध्यान से देखो,